Hello, 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 Glow Tribe and beyond. Welcome to our Glow Fellowship Virtual Summer Edition.
Yes! Yes!
Welcome, 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 Glow Tribe and beyond. God bless you. This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let's choose to rejoice and be glad in it. We are so glad that you chose to tune in with us on tonight. I promise you it will be a treat and you will be glad that you did. I want you to drive those comments crazy. You know how we do it, Glow Tribe and Beyond. Our color is orange because we are women who are on fire for God. So I want you to flood the comments with orange hearts, all right? When I take a look at the YouTube chat, I want to see orange hearts everywhere, all right? Make sure that you share tonight's virtual worship experience as well, all right? And I am delighted. I have my co-host, Elder Lori Robinson.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, Lady T. Thank you for allowing me to co-host with you today.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad that you're here, and I am also glad that you are tuning in. Listen, while you all are tuning in, I just want to share, because I know that we have some individuals. We can go ahead and we can take a seat.
Okay.
I know that we have some individuals who have been a part of Glow Tribe since the beginning, and then we may have some who may be newbies that may be tuning in. All right, so just want to tell you a little bit about us. All right, so the mission of GLOW, and GLOW stands for Godly Ladies of Wisdom. Godly Ladies of Wisdom. And our mission, we exist to influence, instruct, and inspire women of all ages around the world to agree with God's word, align their lives with biblical principles, and advance the kingdom of God. So that is our mission. Our purpose is to make disciples who grow and glow.
Amen.
Can you type that in the comments? We make disciples who grow and glow for the glory of God. So that is what we are about. You know, the church that my husband is pastor of, Impact Worship Center, which I feel is one of the best churches this side of heaven.
One of the best.
Yes,
the best.
It started in 2009, October, actually, 2009. GLOW started in 2017, and we actually started in August because we did our first devotional at that time.
That's right, we did.
Yes,
That's
a proverb
right.
a day keeps the foolishness away.
It does.
Right, and so we have been going strong ever since then. We had our first GLOW Sunday in year 2022, and now here we are. So just wanted to give you a little background, a little bit of history about Godly Ladies of Wisdom. Aren't you glad you tuned in on tonight?
Amen.
We are glad that you are here. And I'm always praying, always asking God for creative ideas and different things that we can do to help the disciples grow and glow. And so he gave me this summer edition. I know many times we're traveling during the summer, but we still need sisterhood. We still need connection. We still need community. And so he gave me the idea to do this virtual summer edition for tonight. So I am glad you're here. Listen, I want you, are they tuning in?
Yes,
Are you able to see?
Yes.
Can you say hello to a few of the people that are tuning in?
Andrea, we have Lisa Jones, we have Ann Jeanette, you call your Angel Net. We have Miss Sabrina Raindrop, amen. We see you, Bloom Fresh, and Miss Anita. Yes, and LaWanda, our favorite church announcer, amen, is with us. And Sandra Bryan is able to join as well.
Wonderful.
Praise the Lord.
Wonderful. Well, go ahead and tag your girlfriends or call them and let them know that we are live now. The GLOW Show is live now. And also, let us know where you're tuning in from, because I know that some of you are traveling, and we just want to know where you are. I know one young lady told me that she was on her way to Canada. I think she's there now, so I'm not sure if she's able to tune in while she's there. But yes, so let us know exactly where you are and where you are tuning in from.
Yes, the hearts are just flowing, they're flowing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. Well, listen, we have a wonderful lineup scheduled for tonight. So,
I'm excited.
Yes, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, listen, when we're talking about glowing, we are talking about glowing from the inside out.
Yes.
And just wanting to make sure that the glow is real. We want the glow to be real, right? So some of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight is actually going to be talking about us glowing from the inside out. And Elder Laura, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here just a little bit. But can you share what your experience has been like since you've been a part of G.L.O.W. and the various fellowships that we've had, the conferences that we've hosted, and how perhaps it has changed your life? And for those of you that are tuning in, I invite you to put in the chat as well. If you feel that G.L.O.W. has impacted your life in a positive way, you can share. So, Elder Lori, can you share with us?
Yes, so since I've been with G.L.O.W., I just love the engagement of the women. So being able to have things that are in the church and little, forays outside the church, we did so many fun things, and it's good just to get together and fellowship. It's good just to get together and talk. And we talk about issues that are concerns for women and family. So not just for church, for your personal development as well. Career development we've had cooking, we've had cake decorating, we've had, walks where we did walks and we did fitness and just a lot of fun things that we've done at the church, and we're able to go outside the church. But it was good to see the new members, the new people that were joining G.L.O.W. that were able to come, and you were able to have a conversation and sit at tables with them and get to know them. So my experience with G.L.O.W. has just been awesome.
Oh, well, God bless you, Elder Lori, and thank you so much for being such an integral part of G.L.O.W. And thank you, ladies, as well, for you being such an amazing part of this. I'm just pouring out what God has put on the inside of me, and just wanting us to walk this walk together, for us to take this journey together, because God has amazing things in store for each of us, and we want to continue to grow and glow for the glory of God. All right. Well, we're actually going to go ahead and get started with the first segment. All right. And again, we're talking about glowing from the inside out. We know that beauty lies within, and our light shines from within as well. 3 John 1 and 2, the New King James Version, and I know it's a familiar passage that you all have heard before, perhaps more from the King James Version, but it says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." I actually like the Amplified Version. And the Amplified Version says, "Beloved, I pray that in every way you may succeed and prosper and be in good health physically, just as I know your soul prospers spiritually." And we thank God that He wants us to prosper holistically. He wants us to be successful holistically. So tonight we're going to talk about a few things on the inside as well as on the outside. All right? Okay, so to get started, how many of you have ever heard of stacked water? Stacked water. All right, I'm talking to our YouTube audience on tonight. Stacked water. Yes, stacked
I see you,
water.
West Palm Beach and Austell and Jacksonville and
Wonderful.
Charlotte. Amen.
Awesome.
ATL as
Stacked
well,
water. We're actually going to demonstrate that. First, Elder Lori, can you tell me a little bit about stacked water? Because you were the one who actually introduced this to me.
Yes. So me and water, we didn't get along all the time. It was just just too bland. So I would put lemon or lime or fruit, something to try to spice it up. Then one day I came across a gentleman online who he was talking about stacked water. And I was like, I need to do this. So stacked water is, you start with, it could be regular water, coconut water, you put in a lot of ice, real fruit. You can add a hydration packet, you can add collagen, and, the simple syrups. And it is just something refreshing. And a tea, I use hibiscus or peach or lemon tea, and just use that as a basis. It is something to give water that oomph
Okay, okay.
that can get you through.
Absolutely. Now, I myself am a water drinker. I mean, I love water. Of course, during the summertime, I love iced water, but any other season, I actually like room temperature water. But I love water just the way it is. My family will tell you every time we go out to dinner, they already know what mom is going to get to drink. So,
So I might order water, but I'm gonna try to, I get through half of it. I get through as much as I can. I will drink it because I need to, but
yes.
this has helped me tremendously.
I understand. I understand. Yes, and plain water definitely has its advantages, but I'm sure stacked water does too. All right, so why don't we come down here?
Yes.
We would actually like to demonstrate for you all about the stacked water. We don't want to just talk about it, but we want to actually show you about it. So we have a sample here.
Yes.
And so before we start, we'll actually just go over what all of the ingredients are.
Yes.
Just so that you will have an idea of how you can make your own stacked water.
Right.
All right? And you can continue to chime in to let us know. I'm seeing here someone, I think Jamie, said that she can't say that she has heard of stacked water. And LaWanda Foster said that she has never heard of it as well. Well, we're going to learn about this together tonight.
Yes, I'm so
All
glad.
right? Okay, so I'll just hold it up, and then you can let them know exactly what it is that we have. Okay? So here we
have a syrup. So this is something to add that adds a little sweetness. This one is blood orange hibiscus. Nice flavor. So you can get different flavors.
Okay.
So we have a few here today for us.
All right.
This one is my favorite. It's Meyer lemon raspberry. It is a syrup, and I don't put in a lot, just put in enough, and it helps again with the sweetness. It's a great flavor.
Okay, great.
This is just regular lemon. It's just straight lemon, simple syrup, and it is great.
Okay, wonderful. Here
we have mango and peach diced up. And this is strawberry and blueberries diced up.
And here?
And this is peach. This is a peach tea that's been steeped. So I'm just going to be careful with this one coming up.
Okay.
To be careful because this is hibiscus tea, and it's really dark. It's really good. You don't want to make sure it will get on stuff. So yes. And then your flavor package. Sometimes you have flavor packets or collagen or an hydration packet. That's as well.
All right.
And this is our club soda. So this is going to give it fizz. For people who know me, they know I have a soda.
Yes, I was going to share. I know that one of my favorite drinks is water, but I know my friend here, she loves a nice, good Coca-Cola.
Yes, I do. And everybody knows. I know they're going to be in the chat going, we know.
Yes.
So I'm going to kind of build mine first. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put in my hibiscus first. So I'm going to go ahead and just add it. So just kind of showing and demonstrating to you guys so you guys can kind of see just how you kind of build it. So this is, remember, stacked water. This is ice.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and just add my ice. And again, this is hibiscus, and I'm trying to be careful here.
So am I able to use the peach, or you're going to add the peach to yours?
No, that's yours. So I want you to have yours as well. So Lady T's going to add her peach. This is peach tea. It's just this regular peach tea.
Wonderful.
And she's going to add her ice.
Okay.
And the reason I don't add the fruit yet is because as the ice melts, it's going to let the fruit go down, but we don't want to mess up our straw. We want to make sure we're not getting our straws clogged. So this is the fruit. So we're just going to go ahead and add it. Like I said, I've already kind of measured mine out, but it's the strawberries and blueberries. And Lady T has mango and peach, fresh diced. So,
I'm sorry, I'm going
yeah. So what we can do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Meyer lemon raspberry.
Okay.
You might want to use the hibiscus.
Okay. Let's try the hibiscus here.
So just, and listen, you guys, I want you to watch how I'm pouring this. I didn't pour a lot, okay? So just, a little bit, okay?
Okay, is that enough?
That's enough.
Okay.
Yay. It's just going to give it some flavor and some sweetness.
Got it.
So that's
got
all
it.
we're really kind of trying to do right now.
It
It
smells
smells good, doesn't it? It
wonderful.
always smells so good when you add
Okay.
it.
Yes.
So we're just going to put some of our
Club
club
soda.
soda on top. You can,
Gives
and
it
we
the-
used to have some water. If you want to add water, you
Yes,
can.
I will
Versus
stick to my
club
regular
soda.
water.
I knew. I filled mine a little too far, but just to give everybody, and I'm going to move this out so you can kind of see what it looks like.
And I put all of it, this whole thing of water in here?
You can, yes.
Okay, wonderful.
And
oh,
so
that smells so good.
it just smells so good, you guys. And it's for those that have a struggle with water, and as we put this lid on, sometimes, Lady T, a little water comes out, so we just want to be careful. But yes, we give it a little stir. And this is our stacked
Ooh.
water.
Toast.
Toast.
All right.
So again, this is a little
Wonderful.
refreshment for summer. We're talking about glowing from the inside out. We have to drink our water, but it doesn't have to be boring, you guys. It doesn't have to be boring. So it doesn't have to be boring.
Wonderful. Awesome, awesome. Well, can you all put some hand claps in the chat? We would like to thank Elder Lori for sharing with us about our stacked water. That tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
That does give my water a little
A
twist.
little twist, doesn't it? Are we gonna
And
take
it's pretty natural, so it tastes pretty good. Yeah, we can take it up there with us.
Take it up. We're gonna take ours up. It's really good.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we're gonna have to try that.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Want me to get yours, or
Yes, I think I have it.
you got it? Okay. We're gonna make it on up these stairs.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, all right. I see. We have some hand claps in the chat. Yes, this actually tastes pretty good, and it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yes, so this is a nice summer treat, a summer treat. We actually did not add the little packet. I guess we can add the...
Yeah, so some people, and I just wanted to show that you can add, some people have collagen packets, and some
Yes.
people have like hydration packages and other powdered sweeteners that they can add, and you can add that as well. So I just wanted to show you that that does go in there if that's what you choose to do.
Okay, okay. Now, I do want to say, if you have any medical conditions and all of that kind of stuff, you definitely want to make sure that
Yes.
you don't overdo it on especially the additives. Now,
Yes.
most of what we put in here was pretty natural, but when you start adding the collagen and all of those different things, you just want to make sure that you don't do it in excess, because sometimes those things actually add calories.
They do.
And we bind all calories
the
in
name of
Jesus' name.
In the name of
Because
Jesus.
the calories seem to kind of hang around and don't want to go anywhere.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
And also some of those things have excess sugar in them as well. So you definitely want to be careful with that. But this is a wonderful alternative to those of us who may not like plain water. All right? Okay. So once again, awesome, awesome, awesome.
Awesome. I'm glad that they were saying it's delicious
Yes.
and so good, and they can't wait to try it.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so moving right along. So next, we want to talk about some summer reads. And again, this is the summer edition of our Glow Fellowship, and we're talking about glowing from the inside out, and also just talking about some summer must-haves, some things that we desire to do. So now we're going to shift, and we're going to talk about some summer must-reads.
Yes.
Summer must-reads. How many of you enjoy reading? And I mean like an actual book. I don't mean like an audio book. I don't mean picture books. I mean a book with words in it. How many of you like doing that? And I know we tend to read to children, especially when we're teaching them to learn how to read. But reading is actually something that we should continue into adulthood. All right? There are some benefits to reading that I want to share before we talk about a few books. Some benefits to reading. It stimulates the brain. Reading helps to stimulate the brain.
Yes.
Reading relieves stress, believe it or not. And sometimes
Yeah.
Calgon, yes, can take us away. But if we have a book that we read before we go to bed, it will actually help relieve some stress. And it says that reading can actually extend lifespan.
Oh, I didn't know
Yes.
that.
Reading demands focus and recall, which helps the brain. That's how it helps to stimulate the brain. And did you know that God designed us to grow wiser as we age, not for us to deteriorate? The reason that we deteriorate is because we don't continue to do those things that actually help us to thrive. And so reading is one of those things, exercise is one of those things, eating right is one of those things. So we just all have to do a better job of doing that so that we can extend our lifespan.
And that's
all
what
right?
we want.
That's what we
Yes.
want. All right. So I just wanted to give a few benefits of reading. All right. So now we want to talk about a few of our faves, and you can drop in the comment section a few of your favorites, some books that you have read. So Elder Lori, I'll let you start.
I'm seeing that a lot of people are saying they love to read books and they love books. So, one of the books I'm reading this summer is, it was actually referred to me by a friend of Sister in Christ that is right now, she's in Cali, she may be joining us, but it's called The Deborah Anointing. The Deborah Anointing, and it's by Michelle McLean Walters. And this is a awesome, awesome read. When we're talking about the leadership of Deborah, and we're talking about the things that Deborah has accomplished in the Bible, it relates to what you can do and how you can lead like that. And it is just a great book. It is a lot of just good sayings and things, and it just helps you remember what Deborah did in the Bible and how strong she was and courageous she was, very bold and courageous, and that she was a judge that was revered. And so it just is something definitely for the career women out there. This is a good read for you to be able to connect career and entrepreneurship and the Word of God, and just under with Deborah. It is a great, great, great book. So this is one of my summer reads. This is one of them. The other one is it's called Walk With Me, and it's a biography of Fannie Lou Hamer. People that know me know I love things that we can learn about women, especially Black women in the civil rights movement. And this strong woman of God, Southern woman of God, this woman would just sing her heart out of all the hymns, and she was just a mighty, mighty warrior for God, but a mighty, mighty warrior in the civil rights movement. So this book is, you can see I'm halfway through it. This is somebody I do respect. I've read several things regarding Fannie Lou Hamer, but this is the one I'm reading this summer regarding Fannie Lou.
Awesome, 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 wonderful. I see where Sheena Bryant said that she was adding it to her Amazon book read list so that she can give it a read. So awesome. Thank you so much, Elder Lori, for sharing your books with us. Because I am a busy wife and mother, I was rushing, trying to get to the broadcast, and actually did not have a chance to bring my books with me, but I do have them listed, and I would like to share what my favorite reads are. You know that I'm a devotional girl. But I'm going to save my book for last. But one devotional that I absolutely love is called Awaken. Awaken, 90 Days with the God Who Speaks. And this is a book by Priscilla Shirer. And I'm sure many of us are familiar with her as a speaker, but she's also an author of several books as well. And this devotional is one that I have not only gone through once, but several times. It's a 90-day devotional. And it just helps you learn the voice of God, of course, by getting into the Word of God. And I love the format of the devotional and how you are able to read these scriptures, and then you have a reflection time as well. Okay. So that one is definitely one of my favorites. It's called Awaken, Awaken by Priscilla Shirer. Another one of my favorites is Becoming a Leader. Becoming a Leader by Dr. Miles Monroe, by the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe. And this book was truly a blessing to me. I had no idea that I was going to marry a pastor and be thrust into a leadership position. But I'm here. And unless I decide to no longer be married, which that is not the case, the leadership role comes with it. And so I desire to equip myself to be in this role. And this book was truly a blessing about becoming a leader. It just gives principles, biblical principles. And actually, you don't have to be a church leader in order for these principles to work in your life. You can be a corporate leader. You can be leader of a family. It doesn't matter what arena of leadership that you're in. The principles in here are timeless, and it will definitely be a blessing to your life. It has blessed me, and it's definitely a book that you would have to read more than one time. You have to read it slowly. You have to take notes as you're reading it, because it's not something that you just read one time and you feel as though you've gotten it. Leadership is a journey, and so reading this book is also a journey as well. So that's definitely another one of my favorites. And then 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Now, this book is a lot to digest. It is a large book, another one that you have to take in bite-sized pieces, but I promise you it will bless your life. It has truly helped me to be able to compartmentalize my life, being a wife, being a mother, being a leader, and then just being very active in every part of not only my own life, but of my family's life. It has definitely helped me to be effective, highly effective in every area of my life, and not be stressed and not be overwhelmed. But it offered a strategy on how I can be effective and not be overwhelmed. So that is another one. And then, of course, my last.
I was about to say, we have an author in the house.
But certainly not least, my favorite read, Agree, Align, Advance by yours truly.
Yes,
A 40-day devotional to inspire your spiritual journey. And I bless God for this book. We have done the G.L.O.W devotionals now since 2017. And starting in 2017, we did the book of Proverbs together. And from that point on, I would always gather some type of materials or resources from someone else whenever we did our devotionals moving forward. But during the pandemic, God actually birthed this book through me, and we were able to do Agree, Align, Advance during the pandemic. And so rather than using someone else's resources and someone else's materials for us to go through, he gave me this one. So this book is very, very special to me. For those of you that have a copy of this book, I want you to type in the chat, I got my copy. I got my copy. All right?
Yes.
If you have your copy, just type in the chat, I got my copy. And if you don't have it, then get your copy. Go to glowtribe.org and get your copy of Agree, Align, Advance.
Yes.
All right.
We have
All
some
right.
comments. That's a stress reliever. Great devotional, Lady T. And they're going to go back, and a lot of people have it. And I know I have it, of course. And I just want to say, Lady T, you are a great leader. You are a good leader.
Well,
And you're a
bless
great leader.
God.
Yes, you are. And it's just, so, when you're saying becoming, you definitely, by putting on G.L.O.W and leading G.L.O.W and all the different things you think to do for us as women here and the young women, it's a lot. So definitely got to give yourself some kudos. Let's give it up for Lady T. Let's see some hand claps come up for Lady T.
We give God praise. God bless you, Elder Lori. Thank you so much for that. And a lot of time, I know for a fact God knows what's in us more than we know what's in us. And of course, throughout the journey of life, what's in us definitely comes out. So we are grateful for that for sure. All right. Okay. Well, are you all enjoying yourselves on tonight? I see the comments are just flowing. Are you all enjoying yourselves? Let me see some hearts go up. All right. Let us know that you all are tuning in. Okay. Well, I am excited. I am excited to introduce our next guest. And before I read the actual bio that was sent over, I just want to share that I had an opportunity to be exposed to this, one of the young ladies that we will hear from shortly. She did a presentation and she was just talking about style and talking about fashion. But I loved how she came from a biblical perspective, and I loved the confidence that she displayed when she was sharing about style. And then also just, I started following her after she did her presentation, and I never forgot about her. She was someone that just kind of stayed with me, someone that kind of stuck with me. And I'm just glad to have her as a guest with us on tonight. So I'm just going to read a little bit. She has, since I met with her, she has partnered with someone, and they now have an agency. They now have a company that is called Agency 217. Agency 217, which is a full-service event planning and personal style agency. It was built around two hearts and one vision.
Oh, I like that.
Yes. Born from the joining of two personal style brands, Agency 217 was created to steward a greater assignment, helping individuals celebrate life's most meaningful moments through intentional design, elevated style, and thoughtfully curated experiences. Now, about Tara. Tara, she serves as a corporate leader in executive leadership and development. And she leads the Psalm 150 dance ministry, where she pours into women through worship, mentorship, and spiritual growth. And then her business partner, Kui, she serves as an events manager in the corporate sector and leads within young adult ministry, creating spaces that foster connection, community, and personal growth. So whether through styling, event design, or speaking engagements, their mission remains the same, and that is to help others show up with confidence, purpose, and impact. All right, G.L.O.W Tribe, I want you all to help me welcome Tara Fletcher and Kui Jackson of Agency 217.
Woo!
All right, put some hearts and
Yes,
some
clap,
hand
clap,
claps in the chat, and let's welcome them as they come on. Hello, ladies.
All right. I think we are live. We are live. Well, great evening, godly ladies of wisdom, the G.L.O.W Tribe. So listen, we are so excited to be with you all this evening, just to really share and pour into you all really the blueprint of our life of really glowing from the inside out. Many thanks to you, Lady Tanya. She has been a beautiful soul since I've met her. And so I thank you. We thank you for actually entrusting us to steward this assignment of your tribe and really pouring into you all on how to glow up your image in this hot summer heat. I laugh because I'm like, this cannot be the same heat that our parents told us to go outside and play in. It has to be on another level. But because it is so hot, many of us as women especially, we fall into survival mode. When it's time to get dressed, whether it's on a weekend, we just throw on something that's cool, something that's convenient, something that just gets us through to the day, right? And so our prayer tonight is that we leave you with practical tips and tactics on how to glow up, not only from the outside, but starting from the inside out. So let's talk about what we are going to discuss. Lady Tanya has already done a phenomenal job with inviting you all into who we are. It's so funny because she talked a lot about Proverbs. And so Agency 217, that name actually stemmed from Proverbs 17:17, which is a friend loves at all times. And that is really the core, along with God, of our friendship, but also of our business. So I love how things all kind of work together. But like I said, she invited you all into who we are collectively. But just so you all can put a name with a face with a name individually, I am Tara Fletcher.
Yep, and I am Kui Jackson. Thank you again for allowing us to be in this space with you all, and we don't take it for granted that you allowed us to be here. So we're excited for tonight, and we hope that each and every one of you get something out of our presentation.
All right, let's go. If y'all are ready to go, put glow up in the chat. As Lady Tanya said earlier, go crazy in the chat. Put glow up. We're ready to glow. All right. So let's talk a little bit about our flow to glow. And so throughout our master class today, we are going to give you all some building blocks on a strategy to glow up in your image and in your identity. And encompass into that framework, we're going to talk about styling in real time, how to go from good to glowed up in your style. And then we'll talk a little bit about some summer glow up guides, your summer plan. And then we'll open the floor at the end to see what questions you all have for us. And then we'll talk about next steps and how you can even work with us even after this call. All right, so let's get started. We want to just first kind of level set in our minds when it comes to style. Want to give you all a little insight. The natural eye processes what it sees faster than the brain can process text or speech. So I'm going to say that again. The natural eye kind of makes sense of what it sees faster than the brain can kind of make sense of what is said or what is read. And so our eyes are incredibly efficient at processing visual information. And so we hear all the time, first impressions are your lasting impressions, because guess what? Soon as you walk through the door, before you even say a word, guess what? Perceptions are already been forming about you. People are already creating a narrative in their head about who you are before you even say a word. And sometimes we may not even get another opportunity to even say a word. But if we allow for our appearance to be a nonverbal communication tool, then guess what? Without saying a word, we've said a whole lot of something, right? All right. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into what our charge at hand is, which is how do we glow up our style? How do we glow from the inside out? And what better way to learn the building blocks to this strategy than by using the word image as our acronym. And so Kui and myself are going to dissect each of these letters to kind of share our personal approach to glowing up, starting with the letter I. All right. Before we try to put on some clothes, look bossed up, all the things, we first have to identify our identity. Okay. And so there is a distinction between your identity and your image. And a lot of times we try to use those words interchangeably, but they are distinct. They are separate. When it comes to your identity, that's your inner self. When it comes to image, it's the outward expression of how you think about yourself in your own mind. So your identity is, how do I live in my own mind? What have I come into agreement with who I think I am? Versus your image is, how do I live in the minds of others? Your identity says, this is who I am. Your image is, this is how I show up based off of who I am. And so your identity should be fueling your image, not the other way around. And so we firmly believe that, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, when you look good, you feel good. Well, we like to say it's backwards. When you feel good first, your identity, then you look good on the outside, your image. Okay. So now let's talk about how do we go about identifying our identity, because we can't glow up in our style. We can't glow up in our image unless we glow up in our identity first. And so Genesis 1:27 says, so God created man and woman in his image, and in his image of God, he created him. So our image is important for us to reflect God, right? He created us solely to resemble him. And so because God is not visible, people should be able to see him through us. Okay. And so how do we identify our identity? Well, it takes three different phases. We need to discover, dissect, and then detach. Discover is we have to ask ourselves, well, who am I? What have we come into agreement with? We always like to say, well, if I asked you who you are, what would you say? If we then asked you, well, who do people say you are? Then what would you say? But then if we asked you, well, who does God say you are? Then what would you say? So it's all about coming into who am I, really discovering, or sometimes rediscovering, because sometimes we can kind of lose who we are in our identity. The next piece of it is we have to dissect what has altered who I am. Because there are a lot of different things that happen in our lives, whether it's grief, life changes, marriage, divorce, all the things. And they all sometimes try to define us when really they're not meant to define us. They're just meant to develop us. Mm-hmm. So we have to be very considerate and mindful of what we attach to our identity when really it was just an experience, a lived experience, not an identity connection. And then lastly, detach. How do we get back to who we are? Sometimes it's so easy to start adding things to your identity, right? You go through grief and you're now all these different things are added. But sometimes when you have to detach, it takes a little bit more of a process. So those are the 3 stages of how do we identify our identity. We have to discover, we have to dissect, and then we have to detach.
Yes, I think it's very important to know who you are in your style journey. And wherever you are, we're going to start mapping out your style, your summer style, because we know summer is different from the other months. And, we can show a little bit more skin here, just be a little bit more comfortable. So mapping out your style isn't about following trends. It's not about charting a course, or it's just about uniquely just being who you are. Just literally just showing who you are at all times. A lot of times we hinder ourselves from being free of what society puts on us of how we should be, because I am a first lady, because I am the wife of this person, because I am in corporate this way, because I am this person's mother. You have to stay true to who you are at all times. Whoever your core is, that's who you stay true to. So the first thing here on this map that we created is awareness. Does my style today actually reflect who I am? Many of us are wearing outdated versions of ourselves. Sometimes we're like, we may be here, but the clothes that we're wearing shows that we're there. And that doesn't really align with who we are today. And sometimes it can cause an identity crisis when we don't look like how we feel on the inside. And the next thing is discovery. This is where real work happens. Audit your closet, identify your aesthetic, and build a style formula that is yours, not your friends, not the people who you see online, but yours. We're creating, and we're not creating, we're uncovering what's already there. A lot of times we have stuff in our closet that we push to the side and we're like, well, I'll wear this when this happens, or I'll wear this when this occasion happens, or I'll wear this. No, wear those clothes that you bought and wear them well. You don't have to wait for a special thing to happen to look good. Looking good should not be just for an occasion. It should be because you woke up today and God gave you breath in your body. It should be because you made a good grade on your paper. It should be because, you know what, I crushed motherhood today. You know what, I deserve to go out and treat myself to Jeremiah's and get me a little icy. I don't know. So wear your clothes, show up. So what's the one piece you can put on that makes you feel completely like yourself? There should be one item in your closet or a couple items in your closet that you say, you know what? I feel my best when I wear this. I feel my best when I look this way. You need to identify what those things are in your closet so that when things are happening, you don't have to say, I don't have nothing to wear, because that's our favorite thing to say. I say it because I always want my husband to buy me more clothes, but sometimes we say it because we don't see what's right in front of us, and hopefully we can change that today. Experimenting. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from just being who we want to be and what we want to look like because we're nervous and scared about, oh, am I too old to wear this? Is this a young person's trend? And do I have the right body shape for something? Experiment with what you have in your closet that maybe you bought and was like, oh, maybe it's too short, or maybe it's showing too much arm. Experiment. Don't eliminate something in your mind before you actually try it. Give yourself a chance to adjust what you do over time and over the years, because you just never know what will look good when you put it together, right? So self-expression, right? What's next? Personalization is the next thing. So when you are creating your style formula and who you are, you have to put who you were or who you are today. Self-expression. Your image is your trademark. Always remember the things that how you show up is the way that people will receive you. So whether it's a specific hat, whether it's jewelry, whether it's an accessory, whether it's a scarf, put some oomph in what you wear. Tara has on a scarf. So she has a scarf on her head. I have a scarf around my waist. Same item and just worn different ways. It doesn't take a whole lot to figure out what your style is. She prefers to wear it on her head. I prefer to wear it around my waist. That's our own personalization of the same exact thing. Take an item, make it your own, no matter what. Don't allow what society says is normal or how it should be to determine how you wear it.
I love that. I love that. Because style is, as Qui said, self-expression.
Yeah.
And when you start trying to do things to meet others' needs, then it's self-suppression because you're suppressing who you really are.
Absolutely.
I love that. All right. Moving on to our next letter, A. So here is where we start talking about how to master the art of knowing when to admire or knowing when to acquire. And so when we go shopping, that's the favorite part, right? We're ready to go add the cart, mm-hmm. Right? And so sometimes when we are shopping without a strategy, that is where we go wrong. Because when you start analyzing your closet, what we start seeing in there is items that says, oh, I liked it. Oh, I got it because it's on sale. Oh, it was cute, but it doesn't reflect who you are or who you are becoming. So let's kind of walk through a strategy of how do we know when to admire and when to acquire. Now, before we go into that, it is instructed. This is not what we said. This is what the Bible said. Mm. It's instructed that there is that we should not be in this constant cycle of getting. And so in Ecclesiastes 3:5-6, it says there is a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching. All right, I will let you all chew on that. All right, so now going into the strategy. And we thought it was very fitting to make it a G.L.O.W acronym, because I think the G.L.O.W tribe will be able to remember that when we're shopping online or going inside of the store. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is think about your style goals. Whenever you have that article of clothing that you're trying to determine, should I just admire it or should I acquire it for my closet? Ask yourself, does it fit my style goals and my needs? Because by now, Qui just said, hey, you have to analyze your closet first, right? So by now you should have a goal, or you should know what gaps you have in your closet. So does it fit my style goals and my style needs? And it doesn't have to be a perfect match. So for instance, if your style goal is to incorporate more color into your wardrobe and this item is white, that doesn't mean that you can't get it, because guess what? You can put on earrings and still wear more color in your wardrobe. So we don't have to take this at face value. The next piece is lifestyle. Does it fit my lifestyle? Is this a purchase in hopes of an emotional release? Because as women, A lot of times, at the slightest inconvenience in our day, what do we want to do? Retail therapy, right? and I wish our insurance company can actually, pay for that type of therapy.
They should be able to cover that.
Right. And so if it's just an emotional release, that may not be an item that may have longevity in your closet. Is this a purchase swayed by trend? Did I scroll down my TikTok or my Instagram and I saw that it looked good on my favorite influencer, so now I'm going to add the cart off their like to know. But do I genuinely like this item? The next piece is optimize. Can I maximize this piece? This is a rule of thumb. If you take nothing else away, we want you to take this away. Can I create 2 to 3 outfits from this item? And don't automatically just say no, because we still need to exercise our styling muscle. If you don't know how to recreate this piece in another item, Pinterest, Google, use Instagram, but we don't want to do copy and paste. What we copy is someone's outfit and just paste it on ourselves. It's all about reflecting our image and our identity, right, in our styling pieces. And then the last piece, W, worth. Is it worth bringing home with me? Does the value justify the price? Will I still be excited about this 6 pieces from now? And if you're unsure, leave it in the cart for a day or so. And I promise you may forget about it. And sometimes when I do that, I go back in my cart and I realize, like, wait, who put that in there? I probably would have never put that in there, because things change, of course, in the moment, especially when you need that emotional release. All right, let us check the chat to see what you all got going there before we get too far. Retail therapy. I know that's right.
She feels sick. I know that's right. Listen, we be needing to shop now. Okay. We be needing that.
All right.
So now we're going to glow with intention. Now that we've learned the strategy on how to shop with intention, let's take it a step further to glow with intention. Glow isn't just about looking flashy. It's about showing up as the most intentional, polished version of yourself. One of the philosophies that we use at Agency 217 is nothing about your image should be accidental. Everything we do, everything we wear should be on purpose. So if it's a bag, if it's a shirt, if it's a pair of glasses, if it's a pair of shoes, everything should be intentional when you grab it, when you're walking out the door. I'm laughing because Tara, I don't wear it. So sometimes when I'm just doing the thing, just getting up and going, I don't wear earrings. Tara will not leave the house without a pair of earrings. Okay, she can have on joggers and a t-shirt, but she gonna have on some hoops or some studs. She do not play. And I'm just like, you didn't need earrings, but she's just like, no. She will leave her wig before she leave a pair of earrings. And so I just think we just have to be very intentional. Everything that you do when you walk out the house, that you are very intentional about every single article of clothing that you wear. All right, so let's get into our summer glow guide. Very excited about this because this gives us a few steps on how to be intentional about what we do this summer. All right, so number 1, dress for who you are becoming and not who you were. It's so easy for us to get stuck into, I need to lose weight. Oh, I'm going to wait until I get the promotion. Oh my God, I done went through a breakup. And so that's when we decide, when we go through the breakup, what we doing, ladies? We cutting our hair. We going to cut our hair. We going to change our hair. But it's intentional. If you feel like you want a pixie cut, don't wait till that man break your heart. Cut your hair today. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that fashion and all the trends, that stuff doesn't last. How we feel about how we look and show up is what matters. And so we don't need a large thing to happen in our lives for us to feel comfortable about doing a new thing. So again, dress for who you're becoming and not who you were. Number 2, build a signature formula. Know your silhouettes and your body type. What you feel is a lot of times There's pear shapes. What's the different another shape? It's like you a pear, or you have
Apple.
a apple shape.
Hourglass.
It's an hourglass. That is very important that you know how clothes fit and lay on your body and what you find most flattering for yourselves. Because when you feel good about what you're wearing, it just makes the formula that much better because you know your body. And it's a lot of times you're like, we change. Our body change over the years after we have the baby, after we gain a few pounds, or after we lost a little weight. So it's very important to know your style formula and how to get dressed. Number 3, fit over trends. Okay. So your outfit should not be predicated about what's popular and trendy now. I see a lot of guys right now, they're into this bedazzled stage of crisis. I don't know. I feel like I'm in 2001, rocking Ed Hardy in middle school. And that's a trend that's going to fade away. There's a lot of things that are trendy that won't last. So if you literally get in your closet and say, get nice pair of jeans, nice tops, nice shirts, build a foundation of outfits or article of clothing that can be worn several different ways. That's how you beat the trend. And you have something that you can have a foundation over the time, over years, because a lot of us don't have money to waste on a new trend every time something comes up. The next thing is number 4, invest, don't just shop. A lot of us are guilty of that. Tara said it. We like retail therapy when life happens. Ask yourself, hey, does this fit my lifestyle? Can I wear it multiple ways? Will I love it in 6 months? If not, girl, put it back. Put it back. Don't waste your money. Next thing, 5, wear confidence every single day. That's very important because, like we've been saying, when you feel good and you look good, when you look good, you feel good. All those things matter here, because when you put on clothes and you're not confident that you look good in the clothes, you don't feel good. It literally shapes your mood for the day. If you put on an outfit and you're not 100% like, I'm her in that, you're going to go out and not want to be around. You're not going to want to laugh. You're not going to, because you are feeling like you don't look good in your outfit. So we're going to make sure that when you're buying your clothes and you step out that door, that you look like the God confidence that God is giving you, every single one of us that we have, that you show up as her every time. You're going to listen, you stand tall, you smile, you walk with purpose. You pick those items when you're shopping that makes you feel like her, because you are her. All you ladies are. Number 6, let accessories finish the story. A lot of times we just throw on a t-shirt and a pair of pants and shoes and that's it. No, accessories are there to enhance what you put together and enhance your style. Jewelry, shoes, your bag, even your fragrance, the way that you smell when you walk in a room. Those are accessories for you to look good, feel good, smell good. Glasses. I have different types of prescription glasses that I wear. One day they're red, one day they're brown, one day they're black, just depending on how I feel that day. I don't limit, because I'm blind. I don't limit, how I look and how I show up. And so I'll get an extra pair just so that I can say, okay, I feel like wearing green today and I want to wear my green glasses. Like you mix it up with accessories and you don't even think about it. Yes, glasses are an accessory. It's the necessity, but it also can be an accessory. So your summer glow guide is, I'm going to say that one more time. Number 1, dress for the woman you're becoming. Number 2, create a signature formula. Number 3, prioritize the fit over trends. Number 4, invest, don't just shop. Number 5, wear confidence every single day, no matter what. And number 6, let accessories finish the story. All right.
All right, we see y'all blowing up.
We see we're trying to read. We're trying to read what you guys are saying. Oh my gosh, we love it, ladies. Necessity and necessity.
That's
Yes.
it. All right, now y'all, we've made it to our very last piece of how to glow from the inside out. How to glow up. The last E is express the you today. And so we need everyone in the chat because this is an activity of styling in real time. And so we're trying to pull out the stylist in you. So here's what we're going to do. Well, one, here's what we're not going to do. Yes. So a lot of times what we talked about earlier, when we don't have a lot of time, there's a time constraint and our styling muscle, our styling brain isn't working. Sometimes we grab the first thing, right? We grab that white t-shirt, we grab some jeans, some shoes, glasses, and probably just a little slide in for convenience, right? And so we want to talk about how can we take the same piece of clothing and elevate it for the daytime and for the nighttime. So the first thing we want you all to do is, how would you go about elevating this look using a white top and a denim bottom? It doesn't have to be this exact. It doesn't have to be a white t-shirt. It could be a white blouse. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a skinny leg jean. It could be anything else. So taking a white top and taking a denim pair of pants. How would you elevate this for a daytime look? All right, we're looking in the chat to see what our stylist in the Glow Tribe is coming up with.
Can you guys see the slide?
I think it's just a delay on here. Okay. Let's see. Let's pull up the chats on a different platform so we can see what you all are bringing.
Okay, somebody said add some pearls.
Okay.
Accessories to finish the look. Okay. Pearls is a good idea. I love that. Accessorize with a chunky necklace, chunky earrings, and a heel. Okay.
Love it. What about the top? Will we keep it a white top? Anything you would change about the top? Would you
add red heels and red glasses? Love that. Amazing.
All right, some great things are coming in. So let's talk about how Agency 217 wants to elevate the daytime look.
Yeah.
And it's a plethora of different ways to do it. This is just one of the endless ways that we've decided to do it. The first thing that we would like to do is we want to keep it a white t-shirt because we also want to prioritize comfort in the daytime, right? More than likely during the day, we're running errands, we're doing a lot of different things. And so we want to not sacrifice comfort. We want to prioritize it. And so what we decided to do with the tee is we want to go for a more of a quality material and one that is a little bit more structured. A lot of places, H&M, it's so many different places. Well, we can talk about that later, but that will have a very structured look. We can't see the slides, but we can still hear you. Uh-oh. Give us 1 second because we want to make sure you all see the slides because this, out of all of them, is a visual. We definitely want to make sure. Give us 1 second. Maybe we will stop screen sharing and sharing.
Going to adjust the slides. She's wanting to know if we can still see them, and I'm going to let her know not quite yet. Yes. Okay. But so far, such amazing information, and we are delighted to have Agency 217 with us.
Yes.
So this is wonderful. While they are working out, getting their slides, You all keep
All right.
asking
So
questions and keep
for
responding
the
in the
white
chat.
top, we've decided to go with a more structured white top. And one thing that we like to do is if we can't find a white top inside of a store or on Amazon, sometimes we will take a shoulder pad from a blazer and just stuff it right there on the shoulders. We're going to makeshift an item, right? It's about using that style and muscle. Instead of a skinny leg jean, we went with a barrel shaped jean. Because a lot of times, here, there we go. I think we're back on.
We're back on.
So a lot of times, changing the style of your bottom or the shape of your bottom can add a layer of dimension and instantly elevate your look.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is something that Queen talked about earlier is with the scarf. We know that during the summertime, especially if you're a natural girly and you want a press out, you don't want your hair to get destroyed in the heat with sweating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one way, we don't want to wear a bonnet out there, ladies, right? And so we can put on a scarf to be able to elevate it. And then we brought in a pair of shoes. I love that you all said the red, bring in some red glasses, bring in some red shoes, some red heels. We decided to do orange. It looks like we're on theme with Lady T. I know she said the color for this is orange. And then, of course, bringing in not of a statement earring, but something that is still timeless, dainty, not bringing a lot of attention, but still has an elevated feel to it. Some shades and a watch. And so this is how we elevated this look from what you initially saw to what you see now. All right, we are back in. Awesome. So we'll leave it up on the screen just so you can all catch up to how we just described it.
Yeah, and someone in the chat said they're a sneaker girl, and so they'll do t-shirts and skinny jeans and some Chucks Converses and hoop earrings. There were the Apple Watch, but change out the band. Yeah, so yeah, all this matters. And I'm a crossbody girl. I love a smaller purse. I don't like a big purse. So I love to throw in a bum bag or a bag that I can just put my phone in my wallet and keep going, which is also an accessory. Yeah.
All right. So before we go into the nighttime look, how would you all now take what we initially have, our base, a white top, denim bottom, and now translate it into a nighttime look? Let's see what you got. And then Qui is going to walk us through what we curated. All right.
All right. So this is the nighttime look. So literally same idea, a white top, blue jean, and it's just a little elevated. So here we went with a pinstripe asymmetrical wrap blouse that is anchored and anchored the outfit with structure and a little bit of edge because you got the asymmetrical going on. Then you got the barrel jean that adds a more structured, relaxed silhouette, but it's still very polished and put together. And then you have the accessories that elevate this to an evening look. So you have the statement ring, you have the earrings, you have the textured patterned heel, right? You have a nice clutch that literally is the same. It's a textured clutch that matches the texture of the pillbox hat. So don't just go for the regular hat that you may typically go for, which is a fedora. Go for something that has a little bit more character and that is simple, but still unique in its own way. And that's why we decided to go with the textured pillbox hat here. Some sunglasses, sometimes, it's cute to have on a little shade, when it's a little fashionable at nighttime. Now it doesn't get dark until about 9:30ish here in Georgia. So a shades is still appropriate at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. So all these items matter. So we took a simple idea, which is a white top, blue bottom, and added to it with different elements of a intentional way of adding elements to it with a print, texture, color, but still keeping it classy and cute. Okay, I need to order these items so I can wear it. Actually, to be honest, we made this mood board for you all, but I actually may go and order these items. It's real cute, real cute.
All right, you all. So to kind of wrap this up before we open the floor for questions in the chat, just to reiterate what we talked about. None of this matters. The clothes do not matter. The style doesn't matter if we don't identify our identity. That is what has to happen at the outset. It's not optional, because if you skip that part, the rest of it is just a chore. It's just a checkbox. And it doesn't really have a lot of purpose and intention behind it. So how do we go from the inside out? How do we go up our image? We have to identify our identity. We have to map out our style. We have to master the art of knowing when to admire or acquire. And then we have to glow with intention and express the you today and the one that you are becoming. All right. And so now we want to open the floor for questions. What questions do you have about anything that we've discussed? Anything you want to know about Agency 217? Whatever you have, we would love to answer any questions that you have.
It's a little lag on here.
Okay.
So someone asks, how did you get into the business of style and fashion? So I'll start. So my husband is a music producer and he works with a lot of independent artists. And so one day he asked me, hey babe, what do you think about styling this particular person? I was like, okay, I'll do that. I didn't think anything of it. I like to look nice when I go out, so I can understand why he acts. And so when I was starting to put the pieces together for this particular person, I was like, wow, I think I really enjoy this, doing this for others. I am an introvert by nature. So I stay to myself, but being able to make someone look good and feel good about themselves, I look at it as ministry, because it is ministry. And so I started by literally answering a call from not only my husband, but from our father. And that was almost 10 years ago. And I'm grateful for this journey.
So for me, a very similar story. I think we can attest to this too. I don't really think that the industry or style, fashion really, I don't think we wanted it. I think sometimes God deposits certain talents and skills in you, and he's not going to stop calling until you pick up the phone. And so I've always used style as a tool. I work in the insurance industry, and we have so many different things in common. And so both of our jobs, we work in an industry that is white male dominant. And so seeing an African-American woman at our age in those spaces is very seldom, very few and far between. And so one of the things that I'm not going to say all the things, because of course you got to have the intellect and all the things with it. But I will say that one of the things that has really helped catapult me in my career is how I show up. Mm-hmm. Even if I didn't know a thing, I look like I know everything. Mm-hmm. And so just seeing how it has been so effective and so monumental in so many different spaces, I was like, wow, I want to be able to help other people understand the power of this. And I think with anything else, any industry you want to get in is one of those things that you just got to do it. And sometimes you just have to do it scared. And so that is how we both kind of got in the industry. We stepped our big toe out there and God led the way. And so we did it individually for a while. And then now we're joining forces to kind of expand our capacity. So that's that.
I'll say this too. I recently went to a conference for work. And again, I'm an introvert. And so at that conference, I knew no one except for one person. It was a conference of almost 600 people. But because of the way that I showed up every single day at that conference, someone, maybe, I'm not even exaggerating, maybe 5 to 7 people came up to me each and every day I was there and complimented me on my attire, which allowed me to talk to them, get to know them, and literally make them asset and help me with some of the things that I needed for work. So that was literally a conversational starter. But just by making sure I was intentional about how I showed up in that space. And so again, what you wear, it matters, not just to you, but the people that surround you. You just never know what kind of connection you can make because you wore something. You were a little bit experimental in what you wore, and it wasn't just a regular white shirt and regular blue jeans. So we have more questions in the chat. Tara, someone said, a lot of sneakers are worn today. Do you have a preference, whether a neutral color or a bold, bright color?
So I have a preference, but what did we just talk about? You have to map your style. I'm a very planned out, sometimes spontaneous person. So I'm going to have neutral and bold because sometimes I want to be very polished. Some days I want to be very outward to kind of match my personality. I say experiment with both and see how you feel with either or. I don't think there's a preference unless it's the one that you make. Now, I think based off what you have on, there may be an ideal style of the shoe or the sneaker. There's a classic. Sometimes there's a platform. There are like rounded toes. There are pointed toes. And I think that is when you want to kind of start getting into what makes sense with the type of bottoms that I have on. But as far as preference of color, I think we kind of dibble and dabble in a lot of different ones to make sure we're still kind of exercising that style and muscle.
Yeah. Another question says, or a statement says, I struggle with the color red. Is there a time of the year that red is not a good idea to wear? Baby, wear your clothes. It doesn't matter whether it's January, February, December, May. You do not need to give in to societal trends and techniques. They say you can't wear white after Labor Day. Why? If I want to wear white, I'm going to wear white. I do not think there's a particular time or place to wear a texture, a color, whether you want to wear polka dots, whether you want to wear stripes, wear your clothes. If red is what you look good in and that's one of your colors, wear it. Now, if the church got the women's conference and they wearing orange and green, you make sure you put on you wear your orange and green. That's the only exception. If there's a particular color you're supposed to wear, don't wear the red to the lady wedding. If she said wear shades of brown, okay, don't do it. But other than that, I say wear your colors, whatever you want. There's not a limit or a deadline or a specific time frame to wear it. Wear what makes you feel good, and if red makes you feel good, wear it.
Yeah, so debunk all of those style fashion rules that are out there. I always like to say, when it comes to fashion is free. It's free. But when it comes to style, that is so separate. Okay. And also, if you are one that do not like color, but you want to experiment with color, but you're like, hey, I don't want to go all the way out. Maybe just start with your accessories first and see like, well, let me kind of dip my toe out there. Maybe start with some red earrings, or I think someone said earlier, some red glasses, a red shoe, instead of going all the way out with it and wearing an all red outfit.
Where do you do some of your favorite shopping, in person or online?
In person, we are in Middle Georgia, and so we're very limited on options that we have here. But if we had to go somewhere, it would probably be to H&M. That's one. Target, Old Navy, because it's really not about the store as I think about it. If you can learn an outfit formula, if you can learn how to pull pieces together, you can go to Walmart. You can go to a Rainbow, a Kato, and put together an outfit that looks like $1 million. And so in person, I would say those are some of my favorite ones because of the easy access. What would be some of your online favorites?
Who I tend to just go online because where we live is it's not rural. I won't say that, but it is, like she says, very limited. Some of my favorite places to shop online, I would say, is like a Zara. I love a Zara. Listen, Shein has some really nice pieces. If you are able to spend time and just like go through, check out the reviews. It's very important. If it doesn't have a review, I don't suggest that you get it, but they have pieces that you can get and get it tailored to your body to fit exactly how you want it to go. Shein is a very affordable option that has a lot of different styles. So I would say for me, online right now is my preference, just based off of where my style currently is that we don't have in the city. But yeah, I prefer online at this point in my life. What's your recommendation for someone who can't necessarily wear heels anymore as it relates to elevating an outfit?
I think because that's me. I mean, I can wear heels, but sometimes I just choose not to, especially with different places you have to go. And so I think from there, you want to prioritize the style of the shoe. I think a elevated form of a heel that is not a heel is a pointed toe. I think, did we have a pointed toe flat on here?
Yeah, it was round pointed.
Round pointed. Yeah. So thinking about a pointed toe, a rounded toe. Also, get creative. There are different brooches. We have one to say Agency 217, but a brooch doesn't have to be a brooch. You can put this brooch on your shoe. You're gonna have to get two probably to make it a pair and elevate it. And it may not be a heel, but it can look like a heel. So I think the form or the style of the shoe could be a great alternative to a heel. Anything else you can think of?
Well, and I would say this, ballerina flats are really in now, and I don't see them as being trendy just because, especially for the everyday average woman who gets up and go to work every day, those are comfortable shoes that you can wear throughout. And the trendy part about it is the different type of material maybe, but when it comes to a ballerina flat, listen, grab them now before they go away. I think you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can have on a white t-shirt and jeans, you can have on a nice structured pant and a ballerina flat. Listen, and be cautious, like the material. A velvet flat can elevate any look. Remember, when you guys are looking for you're going shoe shopping, don't just pick up the regular patent leather flat. No, pick up that mesh ballerina flat. Pick up that velvet flat. Pick up that, what else? Suede flat. Get creative with the texture. Get a zebra print. Get a pony. Is it pony? No. Cow print. Deer print. Change up the texture. Change up the patterns, and that will definitely help. Is fashion something you ladies always loved?
For me, I don't know if I did, I don't think I knew it. I think it was one of those things where I only focused on how I showed up. I don't think it was like, oh my goodness, I love fashion, and so I'm going to do this because I love fashion. I think it was all about, hey, how do I want to present myself to the world? How do I want to step out in this space? And I just lost my train of thought. It's something to what Quee had said earlier about put them clothes on. Don't wait for the next occasion. I had to ask myself at a point is, when was the last time, this was a while ago, when was the last time I got dressed? More than likely for an event that I was invited to or for church. We should not be getting dressed just for those things, right? And so to kind of go back to the question, I feel like I'm hopping all over the place, but to go back to that question, that is what kind of anchors me to, do I love fashion? I love it, but I think it's something that's kind of ingrained in me since I was, I guess, a little kid. Yeah. Anything you add?
Yes. So I too don't remember always loving fashion, but I do remember when something shifted for me in my early 20s. I would say it's because I joined a different church organization that I had to show up differently than what I had been in the past of the different churches I attended. And so I became more into vintage attire. And I was like, I enjoyed going to thrift stores and just putting pieces together. And I didn't realize that it was like therapeutic to almost do so, to put polka dots with stripes and to wear bolder colors. Now I'm in my journey where I'm anti-color. So anti-color season of life. But there was a time when all I did was wear color, pops of color, bright things of color. So I don't recall always loving it, but I do recall it shifting when I turned about 2021, my awareness of fashion and what I was wearing.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3.5".
Great. So this next question from A.D. Bradley, we got you. She said, are there any style recommendations, do's or don'ts for women under 5'4"?
Let me start. We didn't talk about this. It is very important that you wear the proper undergarments. Undergarments are very, very, very important. The right bra, shapewear, because when you don't have on the proper bra, or the undergarments, your clothes don't fit right. And so sometimes you're like, oh, that shirt that doesn't look good on me. But if you had the bra that pulled you up, you know what I mean? Or you had the shapewear that up under your garments, it can make a difference in how you look and how you show up. When you say do's and don'ts, that is a personal declaration, because what I may feel comfortable in, you may not feel comfortable in, and what you feel comfortable in, I may not feel comfortable in. For example, I don't wear top. I don't show my arms a lot when I put on clothes, but I do make sure that I look nice and that I have on a shirt that goes at least halfway down my arm. That's my preference. It's not a rule. It's not a do. It's not a don't. It's my preference on how I want to look or what I feel most comfortable in and what I wear. And so I won't say they're do's and don'ts. I say know your body and what looks good for your body. And what I may think that may look good may not be the same lens that you're looking out of. I would say be intentional on what you select and what you wear. But y'all, please wear the right undergarments and wear undergarments. I know it's hot. I know it's hot. I promise I do. But the right undergarments can make a difference, a great difference in what you look like, of how you show up, and it can build a little bit more confidence in yourself as well, knowing that you tight, suited, and booted. And sometimes, beauty is pain a little bit. That's what they say. So,
I agree with that. One thing I will add, I think we had a client that was around that height. And one thing that I noticed that really looked good on her were like flare leg pants, because when you feel like you're petite and shorter, you want to make sure you can find ways to elongate those areas. And so having a flare pant creates an illusion that you may be taller than what you really are. So that's one staple that you can look at. I think if you resort to a skinny leg, you're going to feel all of that 5'4". But you can use that same denim, like we kind of did earlier, and do that barrel shape, or to do a flare leg pant, and it elongates your body and kind of makes you look a little taller than you are.
And for some reason, the fashion industries and brands has been making clothes real long lately, ladies. I don't know what's going on, but they've been making them real long. So I've been having to go get things altered to fit right if I don't want to wear, because I don't always want to wear heels. I have resorted, when I do wear heel, to wear block heel, because I value comfort over whatever else. So a block heel has been my best friend these last couple years of my life. But yeah, so when something is too long, don't have your pants dragging, ladies. Don't have your skirt dragging. go spend a couple of dollars and take it to get altered. A lot of times we don't know that just the right alterations of an outfit, of a jean, of a pant, of a top, of a shirt can make a world of difference in how a outfit looks. So I understand that, alterations could cost a lot of money, but go to one of your local, what is it called? Dry cleaners, and they may offer it for not that much, but get your clothing altered to your body. It makes a world of difference, because I'm short and I don't know what's going on. They've been making pants real long. So, yeah.
All right, so that was our last question. Glow Tribe, Glow community, thank you all so much for welcoming us. Lady T, thank you so much again for entrusting us to come and pour into your community. We hope that something that was said or experienced or shared during this time was monumental and something that you can practically take away as you go into your next season of becoming. We love you all, and we will turn it back over to Lady T with the Glow Show.
Before we turn it over to her, please scan that QR code, and that takes you to our website. And if you would like to hire us for a closet refresh, or you have a specific milestone occasion that you want to be styled for, please, we are ready. And our website is www.agency217.com, and we're here if you need us. Thank you again for the opportunity. Bye.
Bye.
I loved it.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Agency 217, Tara Fletcher and Quee Jackson. Please, please, please make sure that you go to their website. You can also follow them on social media. On Instagram, you can follow them at Agency217_, and on Facebook, you can follow them at Agency217. And as they stated, you can check out their QR code that will take you to their website. Please, please, please check them out. Tara and Quee, if you can hear me, you ladies were absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the information that you shared on tonight. Glow Tribe, you know how we do. Send up some hand claps, send up some hearts, orange hearts, red hearts, whatever color heart, whatever your favorite color is. But we are just delighted, and thank you all so much for sharing with us. All right. Well, we had a wonderful time tonight. Did you all enjoy yourselves, Glow Tribe and Beyond?
Can you put it in the chat?
Yes, I want to hear you in the comments. Want to see you in the comments. Drop some emojis there and let us know if you enjoyed tonight. And I pray that tonight helps spark something in you, not only with the various things that we talked about on tonight, with us glowing from the inside out, but also just the whole setup of tonight. I pray that this sparks some type of creativity into you. When I was originally thinking about doing tonight's broadcast, I was thinking it was just going to be me doing it from home. Well, we are a long way from that. When I tell you that we took a pivot, a divine pivot, can you all type that in the comment section? Divine pivot. We definitely took a divine pivot. But when I positioned myself to hear from God, the ideas, the witty inventions just started flowing. And as I reached out to various individuals, they were available. And that let me know that this was a go and that this was a God thing. Yes. And we all know that if it's a God thing, it's a sure thing. So I know that you all were blessed, but I pray that tonight's broadcast blessed you in terms of you just wanting to branch out, expand on your creativity. Don't be afraid to move on what God has placed on the inside of you. And don't be concerned about volume, be concerned about value. Don't be concerned about volume, be concerned about value. I'll say it one last time, once for the Holy Ghost, one for the Father, one for the Son, one for the Holy Ghost. Don't be concerned about volume, be concerned about value. All right. Now, having said that, I do have a few thank yous that I would like to share before we dismiss our broadcast for tonight. And then we look forward to our next fellowship that will happen in a couple of months, because we have been meeting every other month. And I know that August is coming up. Some people have already started asking me about the devotional.
right.
Well, we'll see what God has to say. And we know that God speaks, so he'll let us know what we're going to do regarding that. But as far as our thank yous, I want to say thank you to Anjanette Bradley. I call her my Angel Net, for the flyer design. Thank you so much. I'm always having to make some adjustments, some last minute adjustments or whatever, and she is such a sweetheart, and she does those things for me. So God bless you, Anjanette, my Angel Net. I want to give a shout out to Mary Quinn for the win, as well as to Stephanie Adamson. They were a part of our setup crew. Again, I was going to do this from home, but then when I said, no, I think I want to do the set at the church, then the wheels started turning, and I placed it in the hands of Mary Quinn, and Stephanie Adamson came out to help her, and we thank God for the beautiful set design. For our music, our opening music, and also just helping out with all things digital and sound, DJ Wait a Minute is actually in the house. So if you all can put some hand claps in the chat for DJ Wait a Minute, we are always excited to have him with us. All right. On the cameras, we have my niece, Alyssa Foster. She was recruited by my daughter to come out and to assist, and she said sure. She is also a sweetheart, and she was willing to come out and to assist, and I just want to tell you thank you. I call her Lissa Poo. She's my Lissa Poo. And I also call her Beautiful. When she was born, my name for her was Beautiful. I said it so much to actually, that's what she calls me. But Lissa, thank you so much. And to our producer, our director, none other than my baby girl, Tiana Renee Jones. And let me just go back. Alyssa is 16, for those of you who don't know. She's 16 years old, yes, and running the cameras. And my daughter, Tiana, is 18 years old, and she produced this whole thing. She made sure all of the camera angles were correct. She wanted to make sure that we had the sound and everything on point. I told her exactly what I wanted to take place with having Kui and Tara on the stage, on the LED wall here, and she and Elder Vernon worked to make that happen. Anything I told her, and I don't know if you saw where she put in the chat where the devil tried to stop it.
She said he tried it.
She said the devil tried it, but he's not going to stop G.L.O.W in Jesus' name. So God bless you, my Tiana Renee. I appreciate you so much. To my co-host, Elder Lori Robinson. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. God bless you, and thank you so much for joining me on tonight. I appreciate it. Yes, yes, we enjoyed it. And we'll have to do this again. When God gives me another route for us to take, then we'll have to do it again. All right? All right. And of course, to my hubby. He's actually on daddy duty tonight. AT had an AAU game on today, so he was not able to be with us, but he was tuning in between games. But we are so grateful for our bishop, my husband, my handsome hunk of a husband that I call him. I appreciate him so much. And to G.L.O.W Tribe, to each of you, I love each of you, and there is nothing you can do about it. I'm always praying for you. Yes. Well, Elder Lori, do you have anything else that you would like to share? If not, we're going to prepare our hearts and minds to close out.
It was so much fun. I hope, ladies, you go and try this stacked water and get on this reading for the summer. But to Tara and Kui, a lot of good information. Oh, a lot of great information and taking it all in, and great questions. And just thank you, G.L.O.W Tribe. You are so awesome. In the chat, you're just so supportive and just wonderful things you're saying. So God bless you all.
Yes, absolutely wonderful. I think the only thing that we'll have to incorporate next time is our favorite church announcer. We needed some announcements in here. Hint, hint. to my sister,
There it
Luwanda
is. I
Foster,
think she
Luwanda
caught it.
Michelle. So we'll have to incorporate that on next time. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in for this, our G.L.O.W Fellowship Summer Edition. We look forward to future events with you all. Once again, thank you to my special guests, Tara Fletcher and Quee Jackson of Agency 217. Delighted to have you with me on tonight, and we will be calling you ladies again real soon. All right, well, thank you so much, G.L.O.W Tribe. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. I speak sweet peace to you and your family. Always remember, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, good night. God